up and down the lineup. I mean, it was incredible, really. I know I've said that twice already, but I can't think of another word to describe it. With Jake Berger, X Edwards, Norby, Bride, all of them contributed in a huge way, whether it was extra base hits, running the bases the right way, defensively. I mean, just an overall, just really good team win. And that's not easy to do when you got in at 5 in the morning to provide that kind of energy, that type of, if you looked in the dugout, you could see that there was, 25, 26 guys just providing all kinds of energy, and I think that's what you need in tough days like that. So to scratch out that many runs was really impressive.
Skip, we know your family has always been your top priority, and because of that, this will be the last game that you manage from the dugout this season. Just what can you tell us about what the next handful of days are going to look like? Yeah, I'm not real sure. That was definitely from my grandma, but I'm not real sure what the next couple days are. I'll be watching the game with my family, but I think it's going to be tough watching it from home. But I'm just grateful for the staff and the players giving it all to me every single day. Whoever it was, we had so many different players come in, but they approached this game the right way, professionally, and really excited for the next step and with the Marlins in the future, and all the young guys, and so much talent in there, and all the guys that are coming off the IL, and they're going to be in a really good spot. But I think the biggest thing for me is just wonderful opportunity that I was given, and the relationships that I built, whether it was from players, media, coaching staff, up and down, security guards. It didn't matter. It was just a really good 2 years, and we'll address the other stuff later.
Bigger than baseball, but for them to put on this kind of showing, I mean, we'll probably ask them after, but probably for you, kind of as a send-off, just what does that mean to you? Yeah,
it meant a lot. I mean, it was emotional in there when we talked. When we addressed the team, and when I addressed the team, it was emotional, and it's because you care so much. And I think the players know if it's bull crap or not by how you speak and how you address people, and they know there's no fluff. They know that we all care, and that's why we, that's what you signed up for. And I think you only care if there's really good dudes in that clubhouse, and there is. I mean, there are some really good people inside that clubhouse. The game is the game, but the stuff that you build after or during a season or after the season and for years to come is what matters the most. So I'll keep in contact with all these guys because of what they did to me and for me just in today's meeting. So really grateful for all the relationships that we built throughout the couple years.
Did you tell the players you wouldn't be here this weekend? Was that after the game tonight?
Before BP, right after BP, before the game. I got some news earlier today, and have to fly out early in the morning.
One of those young players that you've loved getting to know has been Connor Norby. For him to have a tough day yesterday, to watch him bounce back the way he did today, what does that say about just his maturity and the way he handles himself in this game?
That's why I love him. He's a pro. He's going to have adversity, and just like every other big leaguer, there's going to be adversity, and I believe in the makeup, I believe in the character, and I believe that's what you're going to see after tough days. You would never know it when he walked into the clubhouse today that he had the kind of day he had yesterday. I think, a part of being a good teammate and a coaching staff is you flush that right away and make him feel like that was, just one day of, probably never going to happen again. Don't worry about it. You keep bringing it up, they'll think about it. But I think he's the type of personality where you can make fun of him a little bit, and he'll push back and talk crap back at you, which I love. And I think he knows that, we're all in it with him. We've been there before. A lot of us have struck out that many times as well, and made errors and that kind of thing. It's part of the game. And but Connor Norby is a special player, special human, and the Marlins are lucky to have him.
What do you think you're going to remember the most of this year's ball club?
Oh, man. There's there's so many different players, but I think there was so many great relationships that we built. I know I've said that before, but every guy that walked through that clubhouse, we tried to give him everything we had. It didn't matter what you were on another team or what your career said, what your numbers suggested. We all tried to get those guys better. And you try to get to know the player too. And me, I like to know their story and what got them to the big leagues, and try to keep them here and get them successful. We were not perfect at all of developing everybody, but we gave it our best shot. What I'll remember most is we kept in our processes. The coaching staff, if you walk in there, you would never know that we lost 100 games. The way that they attack it and go about it, you would never know it walking in that clubhouse. The way each player goes about their business and still tries to win every single game. So we try to keep that as much as we could, even though it was a tough win-loss record. There was no way that I was going to let anything slide, and no player was going to let anything slide, or a coaching staff. We held each other accountable, and we made each other better because of it.
How do you think you've changed going into the 2023 season, and now how do you think you've developed or changed at all, if any?
I mean, if you don't grow, I always need feedback, because that's growth. And if I'm struggling in an area of my life, I'm lucky I have people around me that can check me. And that's the reason why I hired the staff that I had, because I think there's always growth. There's never a time where you think you know it all or have it all figured out. If that day comes, then I'll be out of a dugout. So I think I grew a lot in figuring out how to deal with adversity, building new relationships that I wasn't ready for early on. But I think, it was a team thing. It wasn't about me. Our staff had dealt with a lot this year, and I felt like they handled it as professionally as they could. And I'm just proud that I've been surrounded by just really good men and women in that clubhouse.
For the last time this season, starter for tomorrow, sounding like it's going to be a bullpen game.
Most likely Curry's going to start. I just don't know how many pitches he'll have. Hopefully he'll get in that 60, 70 range, and then we'll go from there.